right, so if you can cool here with Mike from Marianas Trench. How you doing, man?
I am doing well, man. We're here in Columbus, Ohio, a couple hours away from sound check, enjoying the beautiful weather. This University campus is amazing, actually.
Oh, good for you. I'm glad you guys got some good weather out there. So, first off, I just want to say congratulations on Phantoms.
Thank you very much. It's been a nice start to the album cycle. Fans seem to be really enjoying it. I love playing it, and that's kind of all you can hope for.
Now, you guys actually knocked Ariana Grande off the charts with that album.
Yeah, for a bit. She's pretty resilient. Got a lot of stuff behind that machine.
Yeah, but still, that's still a feat. You know what I mean? To go ahead and place that high, right at the top of the charts.
Yeah,
there.
Thank you.
Now, tell me about the recording process with this one. I mean, the album sounds fantastic. I mean, but it sounds a little bit different than things that you guys done before.
Yeah, so if you follow the band, you know that, like, we sort of picked a theme on first album it was the first album. The second album we did, like, a sort of theater vibe, with, like, an act 1, 2, 3, and have that reprise, and that's sort of where that started. Third album was Ever After with the fairy tale type of thing. And then we did that fourth album, which was an 80s coming adventure, 80s really sounding thing. We're like, well, what can we do that's totally different? We're like, we can sound like modern, but still do what we do. And then take all these, like, keyboard sounds and try to find a way to do it with, like, our voices and guitars with interesting pedals and have our take on current music. And then also incorporate our sort of creative theme with that as well, so the album can have a setting and a artistic direction and framework to work within, and also to open up some options of things we normally couldn't get away with.
Well, like I said, man, it sounds great. Now,
yeah, I was really happy with it.
Now, what are you guys, big fans of Ben Affleck then?
Ben Affleck?
Yeah, with the name Phantoms.
Can't put it together.
It's a real terrible movie that he did, and they always make jokes about it in the Jay and Silent Bob movies.
Oh, you know what? I was actually thinking, I'm like, isn't that like a dad movie? But I'm like, maybe I'm missing something else.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't see it. I also did not see that movie.
Yeah, neither have I. I just watched Jay and Silent Bob, and I know they said Phantoms like a motherfucker, so I just thought I'd tease you a little bit there. But serious note, the album sees a lot to do with past love. I mean, did you guys take that from personal experiences, or?
Yeah, all the albums are taken from personal experience, sort of autobiographical, and just different perspectives, or parts of the experience, I guess, for Josh.
Well, it's got to be a little bit hard, you know. I mean, when you're dealing with something personal like that, you got to rehash that almost every single show that you're playing at.
That is the interesting part of it. It can be sort of cathartic in the writing and recording process. And I mean, as life changes, sometimes you can look back at the songs and they'll have a different feeling if things are happy or rectified with the said person or whatever. But definitely, if you're still going through it, it is definitely going to stir up those emotions and potentially lead you to reliving it over and over in one way or another.
Now, when you guys are picking your set list, what do you go about? I know you got to sprinkle in the new songs to get the fans adjusted to those, but you got to play a couple of hits. Is there anything?
Yeah, it's a weird thing now, because we are on the 5th album, and we've put out, done over 20 singles, so this is actually the most challenging it ever has been, putting together a set list, because they're the songs you have to play, and then we're like, okay, if the songs we have to play, which ones do we have to play?
Right.
You know what I mean? You're like, maybe we don't have to do that one, maybe we don't do that one, but we really have to do these ones. Like, people are coming to the show, they want to see the songs they already know, and then you're trying to figure out how many of the new things you can squeeze in. You're like, okay, of the new ones, which ones do we have to play? Well, we need the opening track, and we need the closing track, because those set the stage, and we need Echoes of You, because that really, like, is a key theme. Like, so what do we have room left for? And then you're adding up the songs and the time, and you're like, well, what could we do? Maybe we do a medley with Cross My Heart and Celebrity Status. So they're like, okay, so we can get one more new song in there. And yeah, it's a challenge. There were still 3 songs off the album that we did not play in the Canadian tour because it just wasn't spaced, or honestly, there wasn't even time to get them up to speed because we were just under the gun getting everything else ready. Anyway, right. But we've been working on them since then. We've added one more to the set, and we still didn't drop a song. We just squeezed it in there. We just want to play it. But there are 2 more we're working on, and I think to put the next one in, which probably will happen one of the upcoming shows soon. We might have to just drop one song for a show and then start figuring out a little bit of a rotation. It's just the only way to do it. There's just too many songs that we want to play and too many songs that people want to hear. So it's a interesting game at that point.
Well, that's a good problem to have. Too many singles.
Right. It's a great problem to have. Yeah.
Now, you guys might want to do the approach of letting the fans pick a set list one time, have an online poll or something like that.
We've done that before, where we'll have a couple songs in the set. You can't do too much of it because we have lighting guys spending weeks designing the show.
Right.
So you can't. There's not that much freeform, but since we've been out, the lighting guy this tour has been working on the other 3 songs, so they're ready to go in varying degrees of completion. But we have done things like at summer festivals, here's a set list, but for the opening track, we're thinking of this one or this one. Which one do you want to hear? And we get a vote. But you don't do it that often, like I said, with the production stuff. When you're doing those festivals, you have a little more freedom because you're just sort of going into the set stage that everybody's using. So it's just about your own show. Your own songs. You're not bringing your own show.
Now, you guys are playing the Rapids Theater in Niagara Falls this Saturday. I hope you have some surprises for us for that show.
Love that place. We love the place. It's so vibey and all of the history and the ghosts, and it's so cool. It's basically we were there the first time, and Matt did not believe in ghosts. He was skeptical, and when we left, he was 100% sure that it is not a falsity. We have to experience it. When I was on the stage during the first show, I was standing in the back corner, rocking out back to the drums, but a little further away, and then I felt a hand graze over my mohawk, just lightly brushing the end of it, and I thought it was somebody from the opening band or something. I looked back, and there was nobody there. Pretty cool. And then we went down to the basement after and explored the catacombs, so to speak, and saw some pretty cool stuff that's too long to get into over a quick phone call.
No, that's...
Can't wait to get back there, though. I love it.
Oh, it's pretty rude of that ghost to mess with you during your set, though, you know?
I think they're enjoying it. We come and we respect the place and talk to the rooms if they're there and let them know that we appreciate them letting us share the space. And then we've had 2 incredible shows there. Really, really good, electricity in those rooms.
No, it really is a great theater.
Or that room, we play. Yeah.
Now, the tour wraps up at the beginning of June. What do you guys have planned next?
End of June, yeah. So summer, I think it'll be pretty light. We have all in Europe in November. We have more tour dates that we're going to be announcing in 2 weeks. I just can't talk about it. I don't think I'm supposed to say anything yet. But whatever, Tuesday the 29th, I think, is the day that we're going to be announcing those. They may or may not be in this exact same country we're in right now. And that's it. I think we got a new video we just shot for Glimmer that's just completing the editing process. And that'll be the next single for us in Canada and the United States. We're going to service that one on the radio stations and hope we get a little lucky because it's a very competitive place, but the song is good and our fans are loyal. So, if we get them requesting and many of the radio stations come out of the shows, I think they'll see that it's enjoyed by many and translates and it's accessible for lots.
Now, I know you guys are going to London in November. You guys excited about that?
I love London. It's funny though. Europe is so cool because every day. We do a few shows in the UK, and then you go to the mainland. There's Germany, and last time we did Switzerland and Amsterdam and Paris and Zurich, and I said that. But it's every day you wake up in another city, and you're like, oh my god, I think this is my favorite city on earth. The next day, no, this is my favorite city, and then but that was happening when you're first time stage, you're like, oh, I love New York. I love Boston. You know what? Greenville's pretty cool. It's a little quiet town, but I love it. Like, it just never ends. I love seeing new places, and London is a great one. We get good crowds there, and have a lot of fun again. And it's a cool place if you got a day off too. You just can do anything you want in the world.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the perks, though, for sure. When you get a day off, you're in a new place, you get to do a little sightseeing and see what's out there.
Yeah.
Now,
precious days off.
far and few in between, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, for those that want to follow up, they want to know the tour dates we were just speaking of. They want to see the video of the Glamour that you just talked about. They want to see the videos for the other singles, everything like that. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do?
I think on our Instagram page, Marianas M Trench Official, we usually post all the stuff on there. And then MarianasTrench.net is the website. That would have all the tour dates as they are being added with the ticket links and stuff to keep it easy.
Perfect. All right, man. I thank you so much for your time. I love the new album. Keep on doing what you're doing. I can't wait to see the new video, and I'm looking forward to see you on Saturday at the Rapids in Niagara Falls.
Nice, thanks. I really enjoyed the interview. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Take care. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.